We see the commercials all the time. Good credit, bad credit, no credit, no problem. But there can be major consequences for getting a title loan. Here now to talk about the all too common borrowing mistakes people make is our legal expert from James W. Davis & Associates, attorney Jay Davis. Jay, thanks so much for being here. We appreciate
Thanks, Andrew.
it. Now, you know, some people, we all get this way. Sometimes we're strapped for cash, we need a quick loan, but some people will turn in their car title in return for some quick money. What's the biggest drawback to a title loan?
The biggest drawback is losing the vehicle. It's not a typical loan, it's not a loan on a vehicle, and it's not a normal interest rate.
And now the loans are typically, you have to pay them back 30 days later, correct? But that becomes difficult because after the 30 days, your car could be in danger of repossession. There are a lot of hidden fees as well, correct?
That's right. There's with title loans, if you need some money right now, and it's a very unusual case, and you know you're going to have some money to pay it off in 30 days, it may be an okay thing to do. But most people who are strapped for cash are going to be strapped the next month. And a title loan is not actually a loan at all, it's actually a pawn. And what a pawn is where you sell something, in this case a vehicle, for a very low amount of money probably to value. And you're subject to losing that. You've already sold it, but you have a right to redeem it for 30 days. And at the end of the 30 days, you pay a fee, not for interest, because if it was interest, it would be way too high and would be illegal. So what it is just a fee that gives you the right for another 30 days to extend that.
And talking about those interest rates on title loans or title pawns, I mean, sometimes they're through the roof. We're talking sometimes triple-digit interest rates on these. That's probably the other biggest
They're sometimes
problem
listed as interest, and they're calculated, and they're sometimes 150%, which is way above what would be allowed by law. The reason they are allowed is because it's not a loan. It's not a loan in a legal sense. It's a sell of something with a right. So typically you might get $1,000 for a vehicle that might be worth $5,000. And at the end of 30 days, you can redeem that for maybe a $350 fee plus the amount of money that you borrowed. But at the end of the month, $350, it will go $350 and $350, and none of that typically is applied to the principal that you borrowed.
So for people who are thinking about getting a title loan, what would you advise them, you know, as a lawyer? You've probably seen people come in with problems who are either involved in a lawsuit with the title pawn company or something like that. What would you advise them?
Of course, we do bankruptcy. If you're in a situation where this is a recurring problem and you're needing to put your vehicle at risk, you're probably already at a point that you need to look at the possibility of a bankruptcy. We have this normally after the fact when somebody's already done a pawn. And many times we can get that wrapped into a loan where it's actually borrowed money at a lower interest rate. As long as once you do 30 days and you miss that 30-day payment, 30 days later it actually becomes property of the title pawn issuer.
All right, Jay, well, thanks so much. It's an interesting conversation. We appreciate you coming in. And if you've got a legal question, Jay is here every Wednesday to answer them on the air. So just email it to us at itsthelawat41nbc.com.